use RBF 600 brake fluid. I didn't opt for the 660 or 700. And again, slight hints of oversteer. I know this was supposed to be the cool down lap. I know.
Do cool down and then do one more lap.
Yeah, I'll
for
do
the
one
brakes.
more. I'm in the mindset, you know.
Okay.
And I have to say the Slovakia ring is an amazing track in the sense that, like, with all of the runoffs and everything, I mean, there are places where I feel, let's say, less secure, but like in general, not too many cars. I mean, we've never witnessed that many cars, frankly speaking. And like, I don't know, it just feels right.
Yeah, it's mostly empty, and like in each corner outside is a runoff everywhere. So
Exactly, because like when you
don't have to be
watch,
scared, yeah.
when you watch like the Nürburgring even, for example, which is
It's
an amazing.
scary that speeds and a spin out, and you are looking at like rail, other rail,
And the amount of traffic, frankly speaking. And like even the road quality.
like even right now here, the railing on the left was really close, but there is gravel on the ground that really slows you, and this is not so fast corners. So.
Exactly.
I'm curious if you get into the gravel, like how fast will your speed decrease or not? You know, like because the grass is like ice, I would assume for sure, but the gravel, because you will dig down your tires.
This corner, I'm very bad with this corner. I'm a naughty boy. Dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Feel the heat on the na. Oh yeah. You can dance, you can something, having the time of my life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that girl, something. La la la, dancing queen. And that's what I call a interpretation. Yeah. Come on, hold, you can do it, come on, Bill. Oh, we gotta be YouTube friendly, yes. So despite having a cool down lap, we've made it a channel tradition to always take the Mustang. And mission accomplished. Alright, so here we have our running lap. We've had already 2 hot laps. So far brake performance quite good. The upgraded Zimmermann brakes with the slightly sporty pads are actually doing their job, so that's of course great to hear. On the other hand, I do have to say that the engine on the 330 Ci has quite a flat torque curve, in the sense that you can really feel it dying off after 5,000 RPM, if that makes sense. Oversteer characteristics, on the other hand, as you can see in the video in the beginning of the clip, they're actually quite controllable, so I'm a big fan of that. Suspension wise, so this car has the standard M Sport package suspension, and well, yes, I see the improvement that could be had with, let's say, stiffer dampers and such. Not exactly sure that it would benefit this type of a car that much, frankly speaking. So here we go into a curve, so there's always a sign of slight understeer, and then it translates very progressively, as you can see right now, into slight hints of oversteer, which is then of course very controllable. What I'm positively surprised, at least so far, is the temperature management. It seems to be stable, but I'm frankly speaking not exactly sure if this isn't one of those like temperature gauges which doesn't necessarily show you the reality of things. I hope not, but nevertheless I'm surprised. And again, here we have those slight hints of oversteer, which are actually quite progressive, which I'm a big fan of. brakes I've hinted to. We are running Motul RBF 600 brake fluid. I didn't opt for the 660 or 700. And again, slight hints of oversteer. But we didn't opt for the 700 or the 660 just because we don't think it's really worth its value or increase in price for this type of application and this type of car, right? So I'm very much looking forward to the times. I don't know where we are. I'm pretty sure we'll beat the E46. And again, my fault here still, but nevertheless, I'm hoping we'll beat the E36. Maybe even the 996, because bear in mind that had winter tires as well as very, very bad condition of brakes. Plus, it was the first time we were taking that car out, which, by the way, you can check out by clicking the link on the right top corner of this video. Okay, so final review time for the e46 330 Ci. The time was 2 minutes and 58 seconds compared to the E36's 3 minutes and 8 seconds versus the 996 911's 2 minutes and 51 seconds. So in general, there are two limiting factors to the E46. One being this specific combination, because we don't have a staggered setup. I think we're running 215s or 225s all around, so squared setup. And they're not the highest quality, let's say, tires in the business. Of course not. They're, as mentioned in the video, they're cormorants, so they're not the best. And definitely the traction was a limiting factor. And second, which was a big disappointment for me, which I also mentioned, the fact that the engine kind of loses its, I don't know how you, like, top end plateaus and is kind of really flat. Like, it's not as engaging even as the E36 with the M52 B20, where it wants to go to that top rev. And here it was, well, kind of underwhelming. My friend told me that I kept undershifting, or let's say shifting to a higher gear at 5,000, 5,500, despite having a few hundred revs still left. And that was, I guess, my natural reaction, just to go to the next gear, because I didn't see the sense in having it there, because you could actually feel the acceleration going down. But in general, still stands that if you want a not that expensive, high performance, well, quote unquote high performance car, the 330 Ci is an excellent choice if you can find them for reasonable amounts of money. Now, with the market as it is, that's a big question, right? Because of course, with a very good, well-kept example of a 330 Ci, you will be knocking on the door of a price of a BRZ or a GT86 that's maybe imported from the US for our European viewers, or maybe in the US you can. But the point being is that at that price, I don't know. If it was me, and this wasn't my daily driver that I got for an extremely good price at the time, I would probably stretch and do my best to get the GT86.